Hi, I'm Joe from Propagation Labs, here to show you how to use your snow scope probe. A few things to keep in mind before you get into the backcountry is the setup of the device and the application. You'll need to download the snow scope application, create an account, log into that account, and pair your application with the snow scope probe. When you're ready to take a profile, simply take the ski strap around the body, extend the scope by pulling this lower section out and waiting for a click, and then removing the cover. This cover is actually your on-off switch. So the sensors will actually determine if the scope is inside or out of the cover. So whenever you're done using the scope, make sure to replace your cover. The UI of the scope is based on its orientation. So this is a horizontal orientation. It means the scope is in a standby mode. When I'm ready to take a profile and I orient it vertically, I should feel a small buzz from a vibration motor in the device, as well as notice that the status LED here is lit up green. I also have a Bluetooth LED that'll indicate whether or not I'm connected to my phone. When you're ready to probe, we suggest probing smooth and fast. The device is taking thousands of samples a second, and you do not need to probe slowly to get a better sample. I usually get a nice high grip, making sure to keep the tip of the probe above the snow before you actually start the probe. This allows the sensors to have an in-air calibration. This is actually really important for the accuracy of your data. So, starting in the air with a nice high grip, you want to probe smooth and fast through the snow. You can immediately remove the probe, and usually I like to take a look at that status LED. It'll blink green if I had a successful profile, and it'll blink red if I had an error. If I had an error, I'm going to have to take out my phone to look at the error message to help me adjust the technique of probing so that I can get a successful probe on the next one. This indicated that I had a successful probe, meaning that I should have a snow profile on my phone in my pocket. If you want to take multiple probes, after each probe, make sure that the tip here is clean of any dirt or ice, and make sure that this window is also clear of any debris or snow. If you want to take another probe, you actually need to re-tilt the probe. And this is part of that orientation UI that I was mentioning earlier. So if I wanted to take a probe, immediately pull it out, and then take another, it won't actually let me do that until I tilt it horizontally into its standby mode. Once I re-tilt it, then I can take an additional probe. Once I've taken a couple of probes, I usually like to take out my phone, take a look at the profiles, make sure that they were what I was expecting in the snowpack. Often you can encounter weird things under the snow without digging down to them, but these profiles look like what I was expecting. If they weren't, I would have to move locations to a hopefully undisturbed area of snow. When I'm done looking at my profiles and I'm ready to move on from taking any scope data, I'll simply put the case back on and recollapse the probe. To recollapse, you press that button in, slide this top section all the way up to get all the slack in that device, and then each of these sections will collapse. And finally, you can use your ski strap to keep the entire thing together.